You ready, Pat?
Yes, sir. Let's do it.
All right, let's get it going. Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Tahir Moore.
I'm Patrick Cloud.
And this is another episode of Damn Internet, You Scary.
Yes, sir. What up? Shout out to the Scary Squad who's in the chat right now. Make sure you jump on our Patreon to get some exclusive stuff. We had our first watch party this weekend.
Hey, that we did. And after some
dark
heated troubleshooting, we got it together. And it was a lot of fun.
It was dark. It was very dark.
It was dark, man, but I like it.
Yeah, it was cool. I told that story to like 7 people since.
So man, I got some episode, bro. Because the doctor episode, Shot of Vengeance, I thought that was another episode originally. When I find this other episode, I'm going to schedule the next watch party. This other one, you're going to be like, shut the fuck up. Like, the whole episode going to have you like, shut the fuck up. The whole episode. And I promise you it's so worth it, bro. It's so worth it. Yes, please.
Interesting.
Need a mug.
All right. Well, until next time. Man, we have a very interesting show. There's just so many media mysteries going on right now. But we got some science today too. Gonna have a segment on today. It's called Weird Earth, which kind of coincides with conspiracy theory and just my deepest, darkest fear anyways. But I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen to start off. I just want to start by saying I hope that everybody out there is enjoying social distancing.
What is going on inside their head?
So I forgot that music was in there, but she brought a tape measure to make sure that people were 6 feet away. And she's still going. But if you gotta, like, I agree with the caption. It says if you gotta do all that, stay home. Just stay home, because I mean, it doesn't get more extra than this. Just at the like depths of her soul, just screaming, and the tape measure like flinging everywhere. It's just like ugh.
Listen, guys. Yeah, this ain't the move right here. Just stay at home. That way you ain't gotta worry about nobody invading your space, your privacy, all of that. Just stay at home. I mean,
a lot.
And then you got options too. Hold on, Pat, I'm texting you. Here's the thing. If you have options with stuff like this. There's an app out right now called Swimply. All right, you go to Swimply and you can rent people's pools by the hour. Right, so people who own pools, you can look at what area you are in, and I don't know if it's available across the entire United States. I would imagine it's not, but they have it in LA, and I don't know where else. But you can rent people's pools, and now you have a private pool. So if you are needing to get in water that bad, do that. You don't go to the beach because you're not going to be by yourself. You know there are going to be other people there. You know some of those people won't be adhering to the rules of social distancing. They ain't wearing no mask. So if you need a pool that bad, you and your friends get together, y'all get a private pool.
That's tight.
Just do it like that.
That's pretty tight.
Yeah.
I agree, because it's like it's never that serious, and there's so much lake. You know, like just if it bothers you that much, just move a little bit further down. It's not that big of a deal. But more than that, just stay home. Like, God, just stay your ass home. Especially if you're that wound up, you shouldn't be in public.
Here's the thing. Somebody on Demario said, yuck, rent a pool. And here's the thing, Demario. What pools are you getting in that nobody else has been in? What oceans, what lakes, what bodies of water are you getting in that no one else has been in, Demario? Please tell me. Because wherever you're going, I'm pulling the fuck up and ruining it for you. Yeah. He said, yuck, rent a pool. First of all, most pools, well, I will say there are different pools, Demario. There are the chlorine pools, and then there are also saltwater pools.
I
And
keep hearing about them. What the hell's a saltwater pool?
It's
You have that.
it's basically supposed to be, I think, better for your skin. Saltwater pools, more natural. But
Huh.
the chlorine pools, they're clean through the chlorine, but also the people that are on Swimply, they have to follow the guidelines. And just like any other service app, you can leave reviews. So if you went there and the pool was dirty, they get, you know, demerits for that, and eventually they'll get kicked off. So I think this is okay, Demario. I think you'll be okay.
All right.
You
Well,
said yuck, rent a pool.
speaking of being okay, um, it's everywhere, and you guys have seen it. But I feel like we should just briefly address the Kanye thing.
Uh,
Um,
you
I'm
know
not gonna
what?
play.
I just want to say this before we go into it, Pat. I read your post about it because you was like, all right, I appreciate y'all tagging me, but whatever you said, and my sentiments were the exact same thing. So I'll let you speak on it, and then I'll just add my 2 cents on it.
Okay, yeah. So, yeah. So the tweet Tahir is talking about is a lot of people were tagging me in the speech, asking me to sort of do a rundown in it. But honestly, like when you see something like that, there's not a lot of funny things to pull, and everybody's seen it. You know, everybody's seen it. So the only thing that I was going to really address was this post from today. This is Dave Chappelle.
What we do then? That was it right there. That was it. People always feel like having these pictures and they do the FaceTime like the all right. They just want to have a check.
So really the only thing that I wanted to address on the situation was like Dave Chappelle and a group of people really like pulled up on Kanye, checked on him, you know what I mean? You see them laughing together, hugging each other. And that's just, I feel like this is what we need. You know what I mean? This is what we need. There's nothing stronger than us, you know, being together. It's great seeing, you know, black men being there for him, hugging him, saying, I love you, Kanye. You know what I mean? All that kind of stuff. That's what he needs. That's what all of us need. And that's kind of just, that's just what I want to push out there. Because if more people did more stuff like this, then I feel like, you know, that's real. That's how we get through this, you know?
Yeah, we have a better chance of pushing through with this type of behavior.
Mm-hmm.
I will say that I've been very vocal about my disdain for Kanye and his recent activities prior to the whole presidential race and everything like that. And a lot of my disdain was initiated with his comments toward black people in slavery and it being a choice in his outlandish support for the commander-in-chief currently. However, I don't think it's anything funny about mental health and people not receiving it, which is why I haven't made a video either. And my dislike for him aside, I do wish him the best and want him to be able to get the help that he deserves and it seems like he needs. But again, this is us looking at it from an outside view. He really could feel like this, you know what I mean? But I feel like Kim has said something about it, and there have been a couple of reports that have come out that said, you know, his family is worried about him and things of that nature. So if that is really the case, I truly hope that he gets the help that he needs. And that's not me hopping back on the Kanye bandwagon or anything. Like I will never forget what he said about that. And I'll never forget, you know, what he said about Harriet Tubman. So even though that may have been sparked by an episode or something like that, it's still going to ring for me every time I see him, every time I hear the music. So I'm not hopping back on the bandwagon or anything like that. I am just a proponent of people getting the help that they need, especially when it comes to the mentality. So
Yeah. So I just really wanted to, say big ups to Dave. We don't need tweeting. You know what I mean? We don't need to attack him in this time. This is what we need. So big up to Dave Chappelle. That was super dope. Now, something I will.
I know. I also just want to say fuck academics though, and that's a personal note. That has no reflection on damn internet. You scary as a brand. That's just a personal note from Tahir Moore.
What else you like about academics?
I feel like he's a shit starter, and I feel like he's like the shit that he said about Chrissy Teigen and John Legend still is gonna ring. Like even before that, I was like, he's not somebody I would hang with. I always thought academics kind of cornball, and he uses that platform just for hype. Like he ain't really like spreading the story.
What did he say? What did he say about Chrissy Teigen? I missed that.
Remember when he was going on a rant? He was like on Twitch, and he was going on a rant, and he's like, Chrissy Teigen mentioned his name, involving something, and he was like, "F that B can suck my D." And if John Legend feels some type of way about it, he can suck my D too. It was just super, super duper duper disrespectful and unnecessary. Like I feel like it was a way to handle that way better, especially with the platform that you have. And that's what I'm talking about. Like when you have a certain number of platforms, unless you 50, most people have switched up. They weren't ready for it. 50 has always been somewhat a bully and an asshole, I feel like. So him being him is no surprise to anybody. But academics, he was like, bro, you weren't that person in high school. And granted, none of us were. We've changed a lot. But it's like you got some followers and you got that confidence. The confidence didn't come from your God-given talent. That came from your followers. And that's where that's almost like being that's equivalent to me to having liquor courage. Like you drink some Henny and now you think you can fight anybody. It's like, bro, calm down. So I just kind of always felt like he was a hype beast.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people kind of gunning for him right now. I think like Meek and a bunch of rappers are sort of
Freddie Gibbs, yeah, you sort of beating Freddie Gibbs. You better let that boy alone now.
Who?
Them the hands that you don't want.
Freddie Gibbs?
Anna will beat the dog shit out of you. And he's a well-known vice lord. Them niggas would come out of the woodworks to beat your ass.
I'm sure. I definitely would not. I don't think Freddie Gibbs is lying. But this, something that I didn't really comment on for a minute.
I just saw your post about where you posted it on your stories.
Entanglements, the song. You guys know all that stuff. I don't need to catch you guys up. But since then, August Alsina has dropped a song called Entanglements. Here are the lyrics. They petty for these photos up top too. I'm being honest, baby, don't want no strings attached. You want a nigga that's gonna break your back. I'm half? No. I ain't about to play with that. You left your man to fuck me just to pay him back. You know that's cold-hearted. That ain't my girl, but I got the key to the crib and to a high, to the crib and to her heart. She don't want to label shit, but she needs me in her life, yeah. I don't have to label shit to fit in her lifestyle. That is half the most disrespectful shit I've ever seen and half the most lazy songwriting I've ever seen. I mean, it seems like just a hate note to Will. I don't see how the flow is dope. I mean, I need to hear the song, so that's not fair because it could be kind of hard. But it's just like, that's weird. It's messy, and it's just not cool. I don't feel like, oh, that shit was dope that you did anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I never did. But you know how when niggas come out, it comes out, they're like, oh my God, so and so smashed this celebrity or blah 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 blah. This is like, I don't know. It's not that. It's like high schoolish.
It is. I said how I felt about that, and some people pushed back with like, yo, she took advantage of him, and he had mental problems and stuff like that. And again, not taking anything away from his mental health, man. I think that's very serious. I do think that I felt like this was literally like two steps below revenge porn. Like revenge porn is here. This right here is like to air it all out like that in the way that he did and do an interview like that. I still feel like, bro, that's trash, bro. Like, you know. So if what Jada and Will said was true, first of all, let me also say this: it ain't none of our goddamn business. None of our business. The fact that he made it that public and exposed the lives of their entire family, the kids involved, and all of that.
This is whack.
That's weak as hell. Like if it was just Will and Jada and the kids weren't involved and all that type of stuff, but like, bro, like you exposed all of their family, and it's true their family probably knew, you know, their kids might have been there, but it's like they didn't ask for that. You know what I mean? So
Right.
I feel some type of way about that, and then I also feel like this was just him being messy and throwing a tantrum and trying to get some attention on him to like, woe is me, and then also get some attention for the album because it's like, girl, I don't know, man.
It's almost like when those like
respect that.
it's literally like when those like vixens or like those chicks be writing the tell-all books and they'll be like, this is what Uzi did, this is what so and so did, this is what this guy did, you know, and it's just like, damn, like that. I don't see how that in their shoes looks dope, you know.
But even with that though, Pat, like when you're dealing with like a superhead or someone like that that's known in the industry for those type of acts, when they come out with a book, it's not really that surprising, especially if they weren't making her sign an NDA while she was coming to do all of these magical acts. It's like you kind of opened yourself for that. But for somebody who's in the industry, somebody that's an entertainer as well, who should understand and value the luxury of privacy. You know what I'm saying? Like seriously, like being able to go home and not have paparazzi all outside your house. You should value that because you know what it's like for them to be all outside your hotel and trying to get pictures of that. So I feel like that just wasn't the right way to do it. And maybe there was no right way to do it. Maybe that's his conversation he really needed to have with her and get everything out. But I feel like doing it on the show, on that platform, wasn't the way to do that. So
wow. It's literally like 2020 is the wildest thing ever. It's like a media circus. And between the Kanye thing and the Smith family thing, it's just like, man, it's enough to make your hair fall out.
it is.
But if you don't want your hair to fall out, I recommend Keeps. Now, did you know that 2 out of 3 guys will experience some form of male pattern baldness by the time they're 35? Did you? Did you?
That's why Kev got his unit.
That's why Kev got his unit. If you don't want to get to the point where, like Kev, and need a unit, get you some Keeps, all right? You can get treated from home. You used to have to go to the doctor's office for your hair loss prescription, but now because of Keeps, you can visit a doctor online and get hair loss medication delivered right to your home, okay? So they make it easy. They deliver it every 3 months so you can, you don't have to do the checkout lines, the awkward doctor visits, none of that stuff. And they offer generic versions. So of the 2 FDA-approved hair loss products out there, you probably tried them before, but never for this price. It's completely affordable. And just remember that prevention is key. So Keeps treatments, they take about 4 to 6 months or more to see results. But that's why it's important to act fast. The sooner you start using Keeps, the more hair you will save. Okay. And they have more 5-star reviews than any of their competitors, and nearly 100,000 men trust Keeps for their hair loss prevention medication. So it's already popping. Just jump on the train. And they just started at $10 a month.
Hold on, Pat. Let me say this. I just want to reiterate this because a lot of times they say, make sure you say this in your own words, but they give us like some bullet points and stuff like this. And I know sometimes we get into these ads and y'all kind of glaze over, but let me say this. Listen, you know when it starts happening, fellas, okay? You go to the barber, looking in the mirror, you see it starts looking a little thinner right there, right here. You know when it's starting to happen. If you want to save it, act now. They just told you it could take 4 to 6 months or more for it to regain the thickness that you want. So don't try to put it off. Don't deny it. Don't be in denial. Like, oh, no, I'm good. I just must have brushed it or combed it wrong. No, you know what's going on. Keep your hair.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm saying.
I'm not even gonna wait till 35. I'm big forehead gang. You see the bandana, but you know, I'm not letting it get to that level. I'm gonna start keepsing it in so I can keeps these dreads. You feel me? I ain't doing the Stevie Wonder. Uh, but make sure that you go ahead and take action and prevent hair loss. Go to keeps.com/DIYS to receive your first month of treatment for free. So that's keeps.com/DIYS. And you get your first month of treatment for free. Okay, on us. Tell them we sent you somehow. Email them.
Yeah.
But yes, keeps.com.
For those that are listening, it's KEEPS.com/DIYS. All right. We want y'all to be able to get it too. Because you know when. You know when.
But I definitely have to show this. Do you be going to like physical therapy ever?
I go to a place called what is it called? It's a spine place where they basically just realign my spine. They press down on my back and my lower back and hips and all of that. I was just telling somebody about it. I can't think of it right now. It's got a green sign. But yes, I do. Well, I used to when the world was open. I used to go like once a month.
I've never been, so I'm not sure what it's like. Can you tell me which one this is?
First time?
This very first time.
I mean, what just happened? What just happened?
We just reset your AC. First time?
This very first time.
I mean, what just happened? What just
We
happened?
just reset your AC. First time?
This
What,
very first time.
What was
Okay,
What
see,
was-
see that don't happen when I go.
that was physical
That was
therapy.
that was like he took like a railroad track type of nail and was hitting it on the butt. I've never. Nope. That's not where I go at all. That's no. That's nope.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
I will say this though. I went to get a massage one time at what's the one place? Massage Envy. And
Okay.
Made the appointment over the phone. Lady was like, okay, great. You come in at 3:30. Renee's gonna take care of you. Cool, perfect. Go in 3:15. Sign the paperwork. Sit in the room. Tell me I can drink some water. Grab my water, and then lady takes me to the room. She's like, Renee's finishing up. She's gonna wash her hands and come back. So I'm laying down, get undressed, whatever. Renee comes in, 6'4", bald, hairy Armenian man.
Renee?
Renee is a man. 6'4", bald, hairy Armenian man. I'm talking about this on the arms. Now, let me tell you something.
Can he exfoliate you like that?
Pat, I'm not homophobic in the slightest, but this is not what I signed up for, right? But I'm like, maybe, let me try. He might be able to deep tissue really going. And
Might be stronger. That's what you think at first.
yeah, I'm thinking he might be stronger. And I'm like, if nothing else, it's going to be a good story. Bruh, when I tell you, my man put the oil on his hands, rubbed my back down. Then he started working it with his arm because he was doing his arms like this on my back. I felt every fucking hair follicle. You know how prickly your lip is, your mustache is, and you do this? Listen, Pat,
It
you
probably
do
made
this?
a noise.
You feel, now imagine like this feeling right here all over your back because you feel this on his entire arm. And here's the other thing. So he's
I probably added to it though.
bro.
Like a loop.
No, it did not, Pat, because the oil feels different on hair. All right. So he gets to like my shoulder part right here, and he's breathing down. Like I feel him like breathing. And he had just had a Reese's peanut butter cup. I'm being specific because I know the smell and I don't like them. And I just was like, ugh,
That's a hell of a mix.
ugh.
Because they also have like the scent things. So you were probably smelling peanut butter cup and what, lavender?
and eucalyptus.
Forest breeze.
Mhm.
That's
And
a
here's
horror.
the thing. Usually on a massage, I fall asleep, right? I fall asleep because I'm like, you feel good. You know, it feels good. Man, when I tell you I stayed awake for every part of that, because I was like, hey, man, I'm handsome. And I got hips. I can't risk it.
Did he massage your butt?
No. I was like, I don't need no focus and no emphasis on that area. Just my calves and my shoulders and my back is all I need, man.
It's an interesting moment because I mean that's a horror story. My story ain't nothing like that, but it's like it's a weird moment because you don't want to be the guy to be like, no, I'm not gonna get out of here. You know, like it was like a little Asian guy who came in. He was like, we don't have any we're short staffed. Like, and he was like almost expecting me to be like, man, fuck you. And I was just like, no, it's all right. Like that should be fine.
Yeah.
And it was, but like 5 minutes in, I was like, yeah, this is kind of weird. I don't like it. And we're allowed to not like it. I think that's allowed.
Yeah.
That's
You know
allowed.
what it is? It's not, I don't think it's homophobia for most men. I think it's just not what we're accustomed to. Because anytime I've gone, that's my first and only time ever having a male masseuse.
Masseuse.
My first and only time. And I've been getting massages since my 20s. I'm 30. I'm in my 30s now, and I've never, ever once, over 10 years, I've never had a male masseuse. So it's just uncut. It's not customary for that experience. So it took me aback, but I was like, all right, well, fuck it. I've already paid. I'm here. Let's go ahead and get it going. But yeah, man.
I just think it just comes down to preference. I feel like, you know, PC culture and us just being so afraid to say the wrong thing, it makes you almost sound, it makes you do sound homophobic if you're just like, no, only if a female masseuse. But I think that's okay. So, I mean, as long as you don't hate gay people, I think that's allowed.
Kevin Smith is coming for my neck. This nigga say he was going for the guns on Tahir's back.
I never thought about that. Like everybody who massages your back at some point gets down and is like,
He's going for the gun slow motion for the pew pew.
every Asian masseuse that you ever had thought the words "this nigga," because that's something you can't not react to.
Yo, I know when they pull that towel back and they be like, wow, as fuck, bro. And I never thought about it until right now about the gun. Now I gotta get some tattoos to cover it up, bro. I gotta get some tattoos.
Yes, what are you talking about now?
I feel like if I get more tattoos on my back, unless it goes from shoulder to like where the guns are, it's still just gonna look like a tramp stamp. It's gonna look more like bringing more attention to this bad decision I made in high school.
This is funny. Speaking of unnecessary, this is about as unnecessary as you get. Every time there's something big going on that's serious, who takes advantage more? Who takes like advantage of people more than photographers? This in no way helps anything that we have going on. Some woman, if you're listening, went out to the police front lines naked, sat down, opened the legs up, and said, I am woman, hear me roar, look at the puss. Just look at puss. And some photographer really thought he was doing something. Now, shout out to Michael Rappaport. He said, triple OG white privilege / doing it for the gram shit right here. I could not agree more. What type of shit are you on? This is,
Bruh.
I don't even get the message.
It's really just a cry for attention, I feel like, bro. Like, there's no reason. First of all, no self-respecting woman is going to sit her vagina on naked asphalt. So that means she put down a piece of cloth or a napkin, paper towel,
A
something like that.
manhole.
Loin cloth, something, right? And here's my thing. If you had that much wherewithal to put it down to protect your vagina, then you ain't really for the cause then. You
put your pussy
You ain't-
on a manhole.
you ain't for the cause if you ain't do it for real.
Pussy on a manhole. That is crazy. I never thought about that. What type of, oh my God, she gonna have splinter in her vagina.
This is too much, man. This is the equivalent for me when people be like crying on IG Live or Facebook back in the day.
Right.
Like, I hated manufactured cries. Like if you're getting on IG or something and you're making a plea for help, like, yo, I can't find my people. Can y'all help me find it? You know, that's one thing, right? Or if you go on live, you're like, yo, I just need somebody to talk to. My such and such just died or got killed or whatever there, and you start crying, that's another thing. If you get on there crying and you're talking to the people, that's something different. But when people used to post pictures of themselves crying,
Oh, wow.
because in my mind, it's like you most people, when you start crying, you don't have your phone in your hand. And you definitely don't have your camera launched. So that means you were crying and you thought, this would be a dope ass pic. You grabbed your phone, launched the camera, and then tried to do the no look cry, like, right? Right, the head down and the can't believe you're gone. And here's the other thing about it. Nobody gets the perfect selfie on the first try. So you might have went through 6 pictures to find the perfect picture to post, and then you could have just said, I miss my dog.
Tears gleaming in this one. Tears for sure gleaming in this one.
It's a manufactured cry. And I just was like, bro, you're doing too much, man. Anytime people do that, I'm like, you weren't serious about that person anyway. You didn't really care about them because look at all the extents that you went through. That's too much. It's too much, Pat.
I hate whoever took this photo. I hate this woman. And it's like, I don't like it when protesters do stuff that I feel like if I was a cop, I'd be like, what? You know what I mean? Like, if I was a cop on the front lines, whether I was like in it, like, yeah, fuck these protesters, or if I was just like, man, I'm just getting paid, which I'm assuming the cops are either one of the two. But there's so many things that they're like protesters are like doing that I feel like it ain't doing nothing. It's not doing anything. I mean, obviously, shout out to the protesters that are out there like actually spreading like awareness and actually marching and stuff. But there's so many publicity stunts like this that I feel like aren't productive at all. And I feel like it's just it's something for the media to jump on and make it seem ridiculous when there's real shit going on out there at the end of the day.
Do you have Stand with Jennifer in the topics today?
No, I don't think so.
Bro,
you want to go to that?
You got to talk about Stand with Jennifer, bro.
Okay.
I think we can find it on. We definitely can find it on Twitter. I'm sure there are a couple things on Instagram, but I know if you go to Twitter and type in Stand with Jennifer, you'll see everything that's coming up. So while you're pulling it up, Pat, I'll start talking about it.
Okay.
So basically, there's a black woman named Jennifer, who's in Long Island. She got into a dispute with a neighbor, and ever since then, the neighbor has been fucking with her, and leaving racist comments on her lawn, and just trying to do everything to get her to move. And so she blasts this prayer every day through her speakers, and she has this big, basically like message on her door, apologizing if it's disrupting anybody, but she's being bullied by her neighbors, and this is her last resort. So what people have started doing are going to her house. There have been rallies in her honor and protests in her honor, and now people are going to her house doing 12-hour shifts from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. to 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. to make sure that nobody messes with this lady.
Wow.
And because she called the cops prior to all of this, and the cops was like, well, if they haven't physically harmed you, it's nothing they can do. The neighbors called the what is it? The trash people. I don't want to say trash or rubbish, but the trash truck. I can't think of the proper name right now, but and told them to stop picking up the lady's trash. So she had to like put the trash, all her trash, in her garage because the neighbor was just trying to make her life so difficult. And so a video posted today of another trash truck coming from another community outside of like this district to come pick up her trash. That's where the trash was. Because
she had to keep her trash there since sanitation was refusing to pick it up at the behest of her neighbor. Wow.
So another sanitary truck came through, picked up all of her trash for her. The Crips came up to her house and stood out and watched it. Now here's the craziest part, right? Here's the craziest part. Of course, Jennifer is black, neighbor's white. Cops wouldn't come out, would not come out to help her at all. Wouldn't stand with her, wouldn't protect her, wouldn't go talk to neighbors, none of that shit. It wasn't until all of these people started showing up, and then the Crips were showing up, and all of these black men are sitting on her front yard, making sure that these neighbors don't do no stupid shit, that the cops started coming out and making sure that nothing bad happens, or quality control, or controlling the crowd. You motherfuckers didn't want to do nothing the whole time, sat on your ass and didn't want to do anything. And now, because black people in the neighborhood, and y'all never had that influx of black presence, now it's a problem. Fuck y'all. Stand with Jennifer.
Y'all can't, so the cops can't do anything because they haven't done anything. But it says they have thrown human feces on my property.
Right.
It was recorded.
Mm-hmm.
They are planting dead squirrels on my property and tell me to go back to where I came from. They have their friends come spit on the property. A blowtorch was taken to my home by 3 a.m. They said that I can be erased, a threat. Their friends also threatened to get rid of me and my cameras. Another threat. They walk around in the back with guns, and it was recorded. The police have said I need to be harmed for them to make an arrest. I live in fear for my life. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
And if I'm not mistaken, she's a nurse, bro. It's not
yep.
You know, first of all, it doesn't matter what her occupation is, but like, you know, you hear these stories, you be like, oh man, that poor woman, you know, she probably ain't got no job. She just trying, like, no, she has a job. She has a whole job. She's just trying to live her life. She's trying to live the American dream that we're all promised in this country. And she can't even live in peace. Your house is supposed to be your one place of refuge. It's supposed to be the one place you can go to. You block the world out, and you can't even do that at your own house, and the cops aren't willing to help, bruh. All of the bullshit, bruh.
That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Yep. Stand with Jennifer. That's bullshit. But it's dope to see people stepping up, because it's like it's getting to the point where I'm seeing us protecting each other a lot more, which is great. You know, there's nothing stronger than that, because the cops been not protecting us. This is not new. This has been going on for hundreds of years. So that's terrible. That's a terrible story. Is this newer, or has this been going on?
I think I read about it because I think they're on day 7 or 8 of like standing with her and being in her front yard and stuff like that. I feel like I read the beginning of it last week. So it is newer, but I know it's still kind of under the radar as far as making it all the way out to the West Coast. So anytime I read stories like this, I try to use our platform to bring awareness to it, because people need to be aware of what's going on. I haven't seen a lot of media coverage of this, and this is why we need to use the platform to bring the awareness to it, is because this shit is happening there, but it could also be happening in San Diego. It could also be happening in Arizona. The more we hear about it and we're aware of it, the more of our presence we can bring to it and still fight for that change. So, yeah, I'm talking all day about that shit.
Man, that is some wild stuff. That is some wild stuff. And that just kind of threw me off. Okay. Oh, here we go. Here's something a little lighter. Not really, but I mean, take what we can get. 2020 is crazy.
At this point, yeah.
So hang on, let me share my screen. There is a suspect of a robbery who left a note and said, I didn't get a stimulus check. So he basically said, I'm doing this because of COVID-19. And he didn't get a stimulus check. So he robbed the bank. It says, with most of the country still on some form of a shutdown, people are no longer waiting on the government to provide monetary assistance. Case in point, the Houston man who robbed the Woodforest National Bank on July 8th. Authority says the suspect walked into the bank with his face concealed with a dark colored bandana, which I assume it's a lot easier to start robberies if everybody has a mask.
Yeah.
He approached the teller, asked to make a withdrawal. The man then handed the teller a folded up piece of notebook paper that said, I didn't get a stimulus or that 10K loan. I lost my business to COVID, so please make this easy and comply. I don't want to hurt nobody, but I will if I have to. Any suspicious moves, and I will start shooting. So please go get my money. Don't make anything noticeable. Okay, so that was they separated. I don't have a stimulus check. It's kind of sad when you read the rest of it, but they they kind of dogged him on the headline.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is like literally like what's that movie with Denzel Washington at the hospital?
Inside Man.
Yeah, and it's a dude who's fed up, and he tried to do it the right way, and the shit just got to him. He said the teller also said told the police that the suspect, described as a black male between 30 and 39, 6 feet with a large build, made verbal demands for cash. No weapon was brandished or visibly seen, but the teller said that she feared for her life and safety and gave the suspect an undisclosed amount of money.
As she should. That ain't her money. Fuck it. Give it up.
Yeah, why not?
It's federally insured. They'll get that money back. It ain't worth it even finding out if he got a gun.
Can you even spend that money?
Here's the thing. I wouldn't. This is why I come off of the whatchamacallit cat, so we can both be on the screen. I would never rob a bank unless I had every step planned out. It's like no way you're going to rob a bank, because more than likely they gave him marked bills, or all of the security numbers are matched up so they know what set of monies they gave him. So anytime he starts spending it and they check for the serial number, like they're going to be able to track it back to him. So it's like, unless you're going to wash that money, like launder it and or get it on the streets and then get it back, like swap it out with somebody, they are going to find you, bro. It's no easy way to rob a bank and spend that money, especially like if you have been working at like a Burlington coat factory and you rob a bank for like $500,000. The first thing you do is buy a fucking Tesla. Nigga, it ain't enough hours in a week for you to afford that shit. So you just gonna bring more attention to yourself. He was smart and only asking for $10,000 though, because $10,000 is below like what most people would ask for, and also within the means to where you could still like not be tempted to do nothing crazy. You don't want to spend that whole $10,000 in one, so you'll spread that out. But most people, when they go in the bank, they look for $100,000, $500,000. They're gonna do too much, and they're gonna do it too soon. They're gonna bring too much heat to themselves, and that's how they get caught.
Does your sentence change depending on how much money you stole?
I don't know.
If you got caught for 10K as opposed to 100K, they're like, you got away with more. So
yeah, I don't know if there's such a thing as larceny and grand larceny. I don't know if grand is over 10K or what, but I know even if they don't, or that he didn't have a weapon on him, just the threat of actually shooting somebody can get him time, even if he doesn't have a weapon on him.
But did he say I'd shoot you?
He said, I don't want to hurt anyone, but I will. Please don't make any suspicious movements or something like that, or I will shoot.
Or I'll start shooting. Yeah, okay,
yeah,
for sure.
So he made that. So
okay, so damn, that's time.
I know grand larceny is a thing, guys. I just say I didn't know if larceny was a thing. I know grand larceny is a thing. I just never heard someone say larceny.
Robbing a bank is so dumb. It's like, please, is this a Western? Like there's so much security. There's so much that could go wrong.
Cameras on the inside, cameras on the outside.
Bro,
Usually,
they could spray paint. Isn't there like a paint bomb that they could spray on the money or some shit like that?
they'll put a paint bomb inside like the bag, and it'll go off. It's usually a delayed thing, or if it's if you move it a certain way, it'll explode, and that'll mess up all the money as well.
And then if you get away with it, you can't really spend the money because it could be tracked. You have to do a whole bunch of other stuff. So it's just, man, just get a job, start a business.
He had a job. He had a business. The government didn't come through with him.
Dang, yeah, man. Never mind. That was a horrible start. Yes, rob a bank. Shit get crazy.
Don't rob a bank. Don't rob a bank.
Rob
It's too difficult to do that, man. Like, it's crazy because like the more that we advance as a society, the more easier certain things to do, but the more difficult other things are. Like you can't get away nowadays. Like, I mean, forensic file shows you like it's no way you get away because technology has evolved so much. However, the flip side of that is, technology, self-awareness, self-care, health and wellness has evolved so much that even as men, we are starting to see it. And one of the great things about that is that men are caring more about their upkeep and how we are presenting ourselves to people as well. And since summer is in full action, we are thankful to say that today's episode is also sponsored by Manscaped. And we want to give them a big shout out for keeping us fresh. The sun's out, bum's out, and hopefully your pubes are not out. Manscaped offers all the right tools to keep your hair groomed above and below the belt. So Manscaped is dedicated to helping you guys level up your full body grooming game. They actually just released their Shears 2.0 nail kit. And I'm gonna brag. Pat, I don't know if you got it up, but I was just gonna show some of the stuff I have as well. I got the Manscaped tee.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Hold on, wait, let me show you this right here. Got the boxes. Love the boxes.
Oh, Manscaped boxes.
Hold on, got some new stuff too. Got the crop mop. These are wipes right here. You know what I'm saying? To keep it fresh and right.
Did you get the lawnmower 3.0 though?
Oh, did I get the lawnmower 3.0? Baby boy, let me tell you about it.
There you go.
3.0. Listen, this is an LED light on it. Ceramic blade, no cutting blade. I mean, it's just the perfect package. And this kit comes with the Lawnmower 3.0 water-resistant cordless body trimmer and a ton of other liquid formulas. That's what I was just going through, the perfect package right there. Listen, man, it has all the things that you could ever need to keep your body intact. Fellas, this is exactly what you need. And not only that, man, I showed you some of the stuff, but you also get the cleanser. You get the foot duster. Hold on, this is one of my favorites right here. The ball reviver. You know what I'm saying? The crop reviver brings it back up to speed, and then the crop preserver. This is like basically ball deodorant. Keeps you fresh all day. You know,
gotta revive it.
Hey man, listen, I'm all about it, man, and I'm all about like taking care of yourself, making sure that you're good. That trimmer that I was just showing you guys, this is the 3rd generation trimmer, and it features the skin-safe technology to reduce manscaping accidents. You can't go wrong with this, man. The Shears 2.0, this has everything that you need for a manicure set while you're on the road. You got the nail file, the clipper, the grooming scissors, the tweezers, and the storage case. It's sleek, man. And I think one of the reasons why a lot of guys in the past hadn't done it is because you grew up, you saw all of this stuff. It was big, it's bulky, there's no way to grab it and go. You know, guys, they just be throwing stuff in a suitcase. But now, thanks to Manscaped, everything is compact, everything is neat, and it's easy to go. So, like, not taking care of yourself and not grooming, there's no excuse for it, fellas. And that's why you need to check out this perfect package from Manscaped and get your stuff together. Now, for a very, very, very limited time, you can subscribe to the perfect package and get a new blade to refill your lawnmower trimmer delivered to your door every 3 months. Also, for a limited time, subscribers will get up to 2 free gifts. The shared travel bag, that's this right here. Boom, the toiletry bag right now. It's a $39 added value. And the patented high-performance reduced chafing Manscaped boxers. I showed y'all those. I love those. Super, super lightweight, super airy, great. Also, you get 20% off plus free shipping with our code. That's DIYS at manscaped.com. So do yourself a favor and always use the right tools for the right job. Again, make sure you guys head on over to manscaped.com right now. Use the promo code DIYS, and that's going to get you 20% off and free shipping. So again, manscaped.com. Use the promo code DIYS. Get 20% off and free shipping. Summer is here. It's time to manscape.
Oh, yeah. I just like how they call the crop reviver a testy toner. That's just good. That's just good marketing. Because the balls be dead at the end of the day. After a long day, the balls just be dead and they need revival. That's just good. That's good product labeling right there.
And if you're on a solo mission, that's perfect. You just spray a little, and then you're good to go.
What's
I'm all
bop?
for it, man. I was trying to get this package over the whole time and trying to do it discreetly, but I just said, forget it, man. I really wanted them to see this right here because this is super dope to me. I'm a fan of packaging, and like this right here, look at this, bro. Look how everything fits in there perfectly.
Oh, yeah.
Out. You know what I'm saying? Everything's in there the way it's supposed to be.
Wait.
Magnetic clasp. It's perfect, bro. It literally looks like one of those card holders or one of those wallets. Everything fits in there perfect. So, like, there's no excuse to not be groomed well. That's the Shears 2.0. Get it in ya.
I love it.
Get it. Get it for you.
Get it in your house.
Get it in your house. Get it
in your house.
All right, man. Thank y'all for watching.
All right. So, it's time for some weird earth. Okay? There's two things in particular that I learned today. It's not really new science, but it's new to me. Newish. Did you guys know that they found a massive ocean beneath the Earth's surface? There are oceans under ocean. So, what are you talking about, you may say? So, they say that you might think that the depths of the ocean are some of the strangest places on Earth, and I agree. But there could be, or most likely is, a secret ocean underneath everything that's bigger than all of the oceans on land combined, which is very weird to hear. I read about it in two different ways. So basically, in a nutshell, there's as much water inside the Earth as there is in all the oceans. And I guess before, scientists thought, you ever seen it in a cartoon when they like go underneath and it's just layers of dirt and dirt and dirt, and like dinosaur fossils, and then it's like hell where the core is. That just pretty much makes you rethink all of that stuff. So, you know, basically, thank you to Discovery, they gave like a quick refresher of the layers of Earth. There's basically what we have is the crust. Then there's that middle part, which is the mantle, has the upper mantle, the transition zone, and then the lower mantle, and then it's the core. Basically, this ocean is in the mantle, that middle part. And the way we found it was diamonds. Like there was like this brown diamond that was spit out of a volcano in Brazil. And it's this stuff called, it's like a raw, what was it called? 1 second. Let me check. It's actually kind of called ringwoodite, and it has like a new form of water we've never seen inside of it. So here, let me show you what it looks like. It's pretty crazy. All right, so it's like this weird crystallized water that was within these diamonds. And they basically said that we don't know it. We don't have the technology to really know, but it pretty much flipped the narrative that it was just all dry down there. And whether it's crystallized like this and just like a kind of like they call it a water crust sandwich type of thing, or it's more than likely not like sloshing around with waves and stuff like that, but it would be basically the secret sixth ocean that's bigger than all of them combined. And what's crazy about this is that here comes the oh wait, no, before I even get to that, there's also a bunch of fresh water underneath the ocean that they're finding in small little deposits. because I guess there was this these scientists that used some technology. I'm not a scientist. I'm not going to explain it, right? But they basically found these really small deposits of fresh water off the coast of the east coast of America back in the 70s. But we were able to use like seismic waves to really see how big it was, and it was like 200 miles long. So they're basically saying that these are all over the earth, and they could be way bigger than we think. But it's basically from when the ice melted in the ice age, like freshwater deposits got into like every nook and cranny. So there's basically like these large secret underground oceans that who knows freaking what in it, because we already don't know about the ocean that we got. And then the funny part is enter the TikTok conspiracy theorists. This is how I found out about it before I really like found out what it was. But
this should have been a conspiracy theory, Pat.
You said what?
So this should have been a conspiracy theory.
Well, here is the conspiracy theory. It's pretty funny because it's like a TikTok dude who didn't really learn
the ocean already. Just wait until you hear about this. 2020 really just keeps getting crazier by the day. So scientists have just discovered giant underground oceans hidden in our planet. And it could be home to some bizarre alien-like life forms. You heard me right. Over 500 miles under our Earth's crust, scientists have discovered huge oceans. And we have absolutely no idea what could be living there. And these oceans are so massive, these underground oceans hold 3 times more water than there is on the surface of the Earth. The temperature of the water down that deep in the Earth is so high, scientists have no idea what could be lurking down there in the depths of our planet. If you were scared of the ocean already...
All right, so he didn't do... I feel like he didn't do a lot. He didn't do like the necessary research. However, the one thing that he said that's completely accurate is that scientists don't know. Like, for all we know, there was a long time where we thought that we were the center of the universe. People were going to jail for saying, no, I think it's the sun. And then all of a sudden, like, oh, that's fact now, right? So the fact that we didn't know about these freshwater deposits, and we discovered them in the 70s, and now we're like bringing this up. And now there's like massive oceans that we think are more likely, crystallized or in some form of water we haven't seen yet. We still don't know. So right. I think if there is a way that underneath the crust water is getting into there, there's absolutely some creatures in there. Maybe not as far down as where he's thinking, because that's the ones that are more than likely crystallized. But at the end of the day, we don't know. I'm kind of subscribed to the idea. You
are such a fan and hater of water at the same time.
Yeah, that's why I go out of my way to scare myself.
It is literally perplexing how much you love and hate it at the same time.
And he was you're right. You caught another mistake. He said it would be an alien life form. It would be of Earth, but you guys get what he's saying. It would be like crazy. I've seen some fish that have washed up that I think are aliens. It's ridiculous. And they've discovered some fish that are darker than black. It's called like ultra black. And they're able to just look like shadows in the water. But
that's crazy. I have to look that up.
It's ridiculous.
I have to look that up. That's super cool.
So yeah, underground motherfucking oceans. And then the second and low-key last weird Earth is the fact that they found a lake of lava in, drumroll, Antarctica. Really random. I guess there are 7 lakes of molten rock discovered on Earth. And they just found the 8th one on a volcano in a remote sub-Antarctic island on the South Atlantic Ocean. And it's kind of ridiculous to think about. Here, let me pull the picture up. Because first of all, it's just like, how is that even possible? But it really just shows that, man, I don't know shit about this Earth. It's like
Nobody does. These are all new, like, discoveries. Like, this is wild as hell, bro. And of all places, one of the coldest places on Earth, you find a lake of lava. That's weird, bro.
Here, I'll share my screen again.
Hey.
It's just like I can only imagine the scientists that found this were just like, what? So obviously it wasn't like some niggas was hiking and was like, whoa, a lava lake. It's Antarctica. So it's like it's mainly like satellite pictures, you know. So they sort of pinpointed it at the tip of the mountain. I guess some people thought that was true a long time ago, but we had like crappy satellite images.
Yeah.
But now they're crystal clear, and it was sort of reopened with better technology, which sucks because I feel bad for like geniuses who just didn't have the technology to prove what they were talking about.
Yeah.
But it's just like you just had to wait a little bit and then have the exact same idea as that person. My internet is asshole. But you've man, y'all have seen lava before. You guys have seen lava before.
I thought it was good. I thought your net was good over there at the studio.
I don't know. Maybe it's because I got I just hooked up my Switch to online, so now I have my PlayStation online, my Nintendo online, my laptop, my phone, and my other phone all connected. Yeah, I kind of set myself up for this. Jesus. Okay. Well, y'all have seen lava. It still hasn't loaded. That's the wildest part.
Turn your Wi-Fi off and just use your connection.
Okay. Let me try
Sometimes you have to do it like that.
Boom. You can see it. Nigga, it's still. All right. It's a lava lake. Y'all have seen lava. Yeah, Google lava and then visualize with us. There's a damn lava lake in Antarctica. And that's just, where we're going to leave it. What is up next on the agenda? We got. Oh, did you ever watch wrestling?
Yeah, came up on it.
You know Rey Mysterio?
WWF, yeah.
You remember Rey Mysterio, the Hispanic dude with the mask? He was like,
the mask, yeah.
The flips and stuff like that. 2020 is so crazy. There's like all these random updates that dropped like a day ago of stuff that we just missed. It says WWE legend Rey Mysterio loses an eye and Seth Rollins vomits after a brutal Extreme Rules match. So I guess bro took a eye out, and then his it was so gross that his opponent was started throwing up. But it's like, fam, I thought wrestling was. I mean, it might not be with WWE anymore. It sounds like some pretty regular stuff, but
that's I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't know Rey Mysterio was still wrestling. I thought he had aged out.
I think he came back. I believe he came back after a hiatus, but yeah, it says his eye popped out on live TV, and the dude puked. But I was just like, that should have been everywhere. That sounds like something that would have been more places. But yeah, prayers up for. I was about to say shout out. Prayers up for Rey Mysterio.
Can you swipe? What's in the swipes?
These are all different stories.
Oh, okay.
Disney World updates coronavirus regulations to ban eating and walking.
Okay.
Random. Jets and Giants will not allow fans at the MetLife Stadium during home games. They're gonna have empty ass suits. Just a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot going on in 2020 right now. But my last weird Earth of the day. This is footage of the Lincoln Tunnel, which is an underwater tunnel that connects New York to New Jersey. And there's traffic. What would you do? WWYD. Because first of all, it seems like an underwater tunnel is already kind of up there on the nope.
Yep.
But I got nothing for this one. Bro, I got nothing for this.
Here's the thing. Dude was talking so calm too. He's like, and that's water coming through.
Oh, really? Yeah, let me hear.
Well, that's concerning. I'm inside the Lincoln Tunnel, which is underwater. Pretty sure there's a movie about this. And everybody dies.
First of all, the fact that he said the word concerning.
Yo, I would be freaking out. Completely freaking out, dude. There's no way I would be calm in that situation. I'll be trying to tell myself, all right, it's cool. We're going to get through this. The line's moving now. We're going to get through this. I would be losing my entire shit, bro. All of it.
Oh, they said that the Rey Mysterio thing was part of the storyline. That's weird. Every headline was like, it popped out on live TV. Wrestling has gotten really, really good if that's the case. I ain't never seen a wrestling headline make it out of the storyline and onto the news. But yeah, I mean, I hope he does. I hope he can still see it, because that's
crazy as hell.
That's wild. But I mean, that whole video is it's just nightmare fuel. It's literally my worst nightmare. And it's just, where do you go? There's traffic. Running is dumb. I got nothing.
I tell you what, though, first thing I do when I get home is having a drink. After I make it from there, I am going home and having a smooth drink. But hey, what? If I'm drinking a lot, I'm gonna pop that DHM detox before I start drinking. Ain't that right, Pat?
Oh, I literally, no lie, I did 2 packets in the last week. Just because it's like, I literally went running. I worked out after a night of drinking just because of DHM. It, like, all of the headache, hangover, basically all the stuff that you would like say to yourself before having fun, or like going out to have fun because you're like, no, I don't want to be blah, blah, blah the next day. That's kind of a thing of the past thanks to DHM. So DHM Detox is, if you've never heard us talking about it, it's a vitamin for people who like to enjoy a night out, drinking, alcohol, all that kind of stuff. And it gets you that much needed immunity boost while you're drinking. You know, we're getting older. It's time to start taking care of our body when we drink and just being more responsible. And I can't do the I got too much stuff to do. Man. Feeling like crap, or, you know, like all woozy and foggy the next day. But now you could do all that without any of that worry. Forget the nausea, brain fog, anxiety, as they call it, headaches. They've used science to help boost your body's natural response to alcohol and break down those toxins. Because a lot of people think that it's dehydration. That's one of the biggest myths. But it's actually just toxins that drinking gives you, you know, and DHM Detox basically found a natural way to get rid of that. You only take 2 capsules after your first couple of drinks, and it goes right to work. If you're drinking a lot, double up and take 4. But to be honest, I'm little, but I've never used more than 2. Never had a hangover. Weed fella. And it's literally now a part of our routine when we go out, for sure. So yeah, go ahead and get you some DHM Detox. It's a risk-free purchase, which means if you're not satisfied after taking the product, they'll actually give you your money back. So there's really no reason to not try it. And there's free shipping on all U.S. orders. So it's pretty confident.
That's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer.
Confident. So we've got you 20% off of your order. All you have to do is go to dhmdetox.com and go and use our promo code, which is DIYS at the checkout, and we will chop 20% off of that thing, okay? Again, dhmdetox.com. And if you have any questions, just send a message to @DHMDetox on the gram.
Everything.
The gram. I'm definitely with the DHM life. Like, it's weird because if you go to my crib on my nightstand, it looks like there's just condoms everywhere. But it's literally just DHM because they come in like these dope little packets.
They do look like that.
Right? Okay. Imagine this. You jump on Google Earth or, you know, Google Street View. You trying to just find a nice little restaurant, trying to find a nice little place to go. I don't know. Maybe you want to find a place for your husband, your wife to go there and have a fun time.
Right.
Well, in Peru, a man did that. And instead of just finding cool little spot to kick it at or to go. He looked down the street, and wouldn't you know it, he saw his wife having an affair on Google Street View. That is next level karma. First of all, ain't it like a car with cameras on a ball, like taking pictures down the street? Like, that is equally the best luck and worst luck in the same story.
It's such a double-edged sword.
That's
such a double-edged sword. And for both of them, but also it's like, oh, yes, that's the restaurant I was looking for. I can't remember the name of it. Wait a minute.
Especially if he was with his boys, like, man, I got the perfect spot to drink, man. I be taking my lady here all the time. Wait, my lady? That's not me. That's foul. And the wildest thing is those things ain't live. So she was probably in the house with him.
Oh, man.
He was just like, honey. She's for the streets. Yeah, she's for the Google streets.
I'm explaining, Dodo.
She's for the Google streets.
Hey, whoever she is with, cold chilling. His leg is crossed. You know how chilling you are when you doing this on your legs? You just chilling. Oh, bro.
Mid-cheat in broad day, he was comfortable. Not ready to run, not ready to duck. That's some bold shit. And that's a lot. That's a lot. And she kind of don't have a neck, so she can't even say that that's not her. I feel like she just be at the house. She was at the house like, that ain't me. That's not even me. I don't even have a cardigan like that. What else we got?
Damn, that is very unfortunate.
Well, since we're already on the unfortunate, since we're already doing unfortunate, let's go with this one. A woman wakes up with initials tattooed on her thigh, actually, after a night of partying. This is some white shit. I have never been drunk enough to the point where I wanted a random tattoo, even though it looks like I have. And the placement of these, it's a lot of them. It's a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4,
a lot.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm counting 13. That's a lot. And it's like the placement of them is weird. So it says a British woman says she woke up with seven different initials tattooed on her. Okay, so I guess they just did it super weird. After a long night of partying in the island of Magaluf. Sounds like this would happen there. It says Megan, 22, and her 6 girlfriends, who clearly don't care about her, went on a getaway trip a few years ago to Magaluf, and they met 7 guys during their vacation. She says they went out to several bars each night, and on their last night, they spotted a tattoo shop. Jokingly, she told the 7 men that she would voluntarily get their initials tattooed on her body. Jared says, the boys dared me to. My friends were begging me not to, but I was determined to get it done. Unfortunately, when she returned home, Gerard discovered that the men had given her fake initials. Plot twist. And after keeping in contact with the men, Gerald and her friends also discovered that, big surprise, the men were in relationships. Since the reveal, she is currently looking to cover up the daring tattoos. A lot of this, if not most of it, was her fault.
Yeah.
That's just.
I mean, listen, you decide to do that. Nobody can make you get that tattoo. If that alcohol is selling you, go ahead and get it. And your homegirl's like, bitch, what is wrong? You don't know these niggas. Don't get this. Hey, yo, get mine. My name is DD. It's like double D. Get double D's on you. He was like, yeah, let's start with DD.
The fake initials is what sets it off, though. Like, you couldn't even give this poor girl a real trauma. It's a hoax trauma.
That's what I'm saying. Like, they gave her names like DD, TT, Lil Red.
Trey, Lil Rusty. That's a lot. I feel like the part that I hate about this is like, okay, obviously, and I'm not going to say that this is attributed, to any specific race, because I've seen this happen in almost every race. But if girls are that crazy, some women are this crazy to say, I want to get all your guys' names tatted on me right now. And the friends were like, please don't. But she was determined. And then the guys were like, yeah, that'd be hilarious. She could have easily been like, they made me, or like something worse. You know what I mean? Like, females like this could do something extreme,
right,
or regular that was basically like their idea, and then completely lie on people later. So that's all I wanted to say about that, is because it's just that kind of behavior makes me leave the room. So I'm like, all right, this doesn't look like it's going. It doesn't look like that just looks really bad. 7 dudes tatted all on you, like that looks like
you
a
ain't
train.
got no connection to none of them. No, nothing emotionally connected you to none of it. Just randomness on your thigh.
Looks like a choo-choo to me. That looks like a choo-choo to me. All right, we are going to close with this. This is I just want to know from you and the Scary Squad what happened. So this is somewhat half and half with the underground oceans as the conspiracy of the day. And this is a quick one, but it's kind of a creepy one. So, in 1982, this photograph was found in a dumpster behind a restaurant in Georgia. The FBI examined it and found it was real. This case is still open. This is a pretty grim scene if you are on the audio side of things. It looks like an abandoned building, very worn down with a bunch of overgrowth in terms of the weeds and stuff. And it looks like a dude in what looks like a suit and a full rabbit mask is dragging an unconscious, it looks like kind of bloody, woman. And here's, obviously that's very creepy. The mask always makes things like this creepier, but the photograph is what makes this even like wilder, because it's like,
it's so random. Like, let's be honest though, like Tony Baker has a joke about, like, if you saw a clown at 10 o'clock at night, like, it would freak you out. And
right.
His thing is like, if your doorbell rang and it was a clown, full clown makeup, just standing at your door, you would be freaked out.
Right.
It's the same thing with this bunny. Like, if you saw somebody in a bunny head, regular clothes, he didn't even have a weapon in his hand, but just regular clothes, jacket, button-up shirt, just some jeans, but that rabbit head is so out of place. The first thing I was like, they here to kill me. Okay.
Right. And the scary thing is, like, who took the photograph?
Right.
Was it a self photo? It's I mean, it's weird to say, but the composition of the photo is very purpose. Like, they're both in the middle. You know what I mean? They put the door in the middle. Like, somebody
could have been cropped too, though.
That's true.
We could be getting part of it. But my thing is, like, how did the FBI examine it to determine it was a real photo? Like, is there a chick missing from it that they were able to identify from the geographical location? Or...
That's what I'm assuming, because it says the case is still open. So let me see if we could find out. Georgia photo found in dumpster, bunny mask. All right, this is the bunny man photo. Boom. Snopes has since debunked this internet's conspiracy. And apparently it says a picture is going around of a man with a bunny head dragging a female into an old building. The caption says something about 1982 Unsolved Mysteries open case. Origins. Circulating on, okay, so it's been circulating around the internet since at least 2010. while the photograph is often associated with the claim that it was found by the FBI behind a dumpster in Georgia and served as a piece of evidence, that may not be the case. The above displayed photograph was taken around 2010 by photographer Elliot Lee Hazel as part of his Poppy Field gang collection. The man in the bunny mask, as well as the woman in the chicken mask, can be seen in several other photos in this collection. So it's a very twisted art piece that was then turned into a conspiracy. So there you have it. Conspiracy told and debunked in the same. I love stuff like this.
It took one Google search. It took 30 seconds to debunk that. And it's been floating around for 10 years, and it took 30 seconds.
I love it. Because it's like, here's the thing.
See it.
Bigfoot and mermaids are probably not real. However, have you ever seen a good mermaid documentary? Oh, it's the best. I'm fully subscribed to
that
the.
That was one on what was it, Discovery Channel a couple years back. I remember because we still had cable at the time. And it was like, I think it might have been doing Shark Week or something like that, but like they had made this whole thing about how mermen and that whole community is real. And they kept like going to commercial on this one scene. It was like a mermaid was doing this on a camera, but it had like webbed fingers. And I was all in. I was like, this is crazy. I'm telling a friend, you see this? And then I remember at the beginning, like none of these can be confirmed. Or all of this is like basically it's fictional. I was just like, oh man, I was all in and ready for the world to be introduced to mermaids.
Oh, that was the best, like cool. I feel like it was like a day or two before the news broke that it was a mockumentary. But I was like, all these crazy conversations like we about to have, all the new evidence that's about to happen. They were just like, we were just kidding. But that was fun, right? And I feel like I've always been into like conspiracies and all this that stuff. But that's when I was like, that was just fun to be in while it happened. It was the conversation that it sparked was fun. Obviously, it would have been way cooler if it was real.
Right.
But
I think you won Oak.
If you only go into it if it's proven fact, you miss out on stories like Slender Man and creepypastas and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, there we go. No, now you guys don't need to have nightmares because it looks like the chicken mask lady, which I didn't even see as a chicken mask. I thought that was blood, is okay. It's also funny that there are people just making memes like this. They're just like, you know what? I'm gonna start a little urban legend. That's pretty tight.
I want to try it one day. One day I'm gonna try it. Just start something. I don't know, from a picture or a thread or tweet or something.
You should look up the dude who it was like this old dude, and he just put on these like heavy ass like 3-toed shoes every night and just walked on the beach. And he said that hoax, they thought there was like a giant penguin for like 30-40 years. And he was literally just strapped his boots on and just walked, did his thing every single night. And everybody in the community was like, what? It's probably like an 8-foot penguin. And it's just like that. I live for trolls like that for sure.
That's great.
All right. Cool. Well, it was nice hanging with you guys.
Yeah,
that was an informative episode. It was longer, wasn't it? Was that a 2-hour episode?
Damn near, man. Yeah, because we started a little after.
Oh, because of
we got on at 1:09, and then we listened to music for a little bit and started talking and all that shit. So yeah, it was crazy. But yeah, we got it. We got it. People are saying congrats because we're nearly at the 1-year anniversary of the podcast. So
almost a year. Let's go. We were All Def tanked a year and 21 days ago. So that was technically the birth of Damn Internet You Scary.
That's facts.
Boom.
Facts.
Well, thank you guys so much for watching yet another episode of Damn Internet You Scary. We will start thinking about what we're going to do for that year.
Man, I wish we could do it on location somewhere, bro. I hate that we are just trapped inside the house, but
Zoom.
I would rather be safe than sorry. But it would be dope to like have a small little thing on location, get everybody there with the thermometer and all of that shit.
Right.
No, but it'd be just our luck. Somebody gets sick, and now.
Camera That You Scary is the producer of the new COVID spikes.
Maybe we do a big one live. Maybe we'll do the 1 year anniversary live on YouTube for everybody to see.
Okay.
And just do a whole big thing, man. And we'll do a promotion around it. Get some teaser videos, and maybe we can get a couple friends to come on via Zoom and stuff like that. Have Kev stop by, Tony stop by, and Meg, all of them. Just have them stop by and congratulate us on the 1 year. I think it'll be dope.
I'm down. Well, let's just stay positive. Hopefully this all goes back to normal. Fingers crossed. But until then, we will be on Zoom entertaining you guys. So as always, I'm Patrick. Did we do that already?
Nope.
As always, I am Patrick Cloud.
And I'm Tahir Moore, and we will see you guys next week on another episode of Damn Internet, You Scary.
Yes, sir.